Okay, welcome back to this episode of Emergency Intercom.
I've had the urge to say emergency Cuomo. I don't know, is Governor Cuomo, is that New York? Did he resign or he stepped down?
Yeah, you said it last episode. Didn't he get called out for some sus shit? Or am I tripping? That's a different. There's too many politicians getting called out for some weird shit they do behind doors. Yeah. To keep up.
There's too many people.
I feel like today I look like a girl who started using Tumblr, and then for the holiday party at school, I was like, I'm not gonna wear a dress because girls shouldn't be expected to always wear dresses.
I'm different.
And I wear a button up, and I'm like, but I'll wear my red lipstick to feminize it. And I'm in a Taylor Swift era.
You literally are in a Taylor Swift era. I think everyone is. Everyone's
just having a dabble back into Taylor because. Good marketing. I guess it's not even marketing. It's she literally had to re-record her album. That's not marketing. That's hell. But you know what? It worked out for her. I saw a TikTok yesterday that I was talking about all the trademarks she owns, and it is insane. She owns 1989.
She trademarked the year.
Yeah, and of course, it's not like I could call a shop technically 1989 or something. I'm sure, but you can't. If you can't put that in an album title, you can't make that your album title. I don't think you can make it a song title. I saw something about backpacks. You can't put it on a backpack.
Fearless, Taylor's version, TS, Folklore, Lovers Fest, A Girl Named Girl, Swiftmas.
Yeah, Swiftmas. Swift Stakes was one. I was
Reputation, Swifties, oh my god, Tay-moji. Okay, I need to talk about this. Drew-moji coming very soon. Actually, Drew-moji has been coming soon for 4 years. Drew-moji is dropping very soon, y'all. I'm really excited. It's in its final stages of development. It's coming soon. I just wanted to put that out there.
I actually randomly brought up Kimoji came up with a group of friends the other day, and I brought up Drew-moji, and they were all so confused. It was a group of friends who didn't know who you were.
It's not an inside joke either.
I just showed the picture to them, and they go, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay." That's
the reaction I'd expect to get out of literally anybody who doesn't know who I am. Oh, okay.
That is a lot of your life. It's I still can't believe the fucking rant you went on about aliens in the last episode.
I did not rant about aliens. I ranted about space. And see, now I'm triggered, and now I'm gonna be having existential thoughts all day. So fine, yeah. You know what? I'll keep my mouth shut. You're just gonna take a vow of silence on the podcast. Oh, I forgot I was taking a vow of silence.
You are so annoyed. Wait, when was it that you took a vow of silence and all of us were so annoyed?
I don't. When was it or what was it?
When was it? If there was
a couple months ago. I just sat in the car silent, and I was like, I'm taking a vow of silence, and everyone was so pissed, and I was like, wow, man, it really is incredible. It's insane how much value I add to the conversation, because when I'm silent, everybody's mad that I'm silent because I'm just not.
Okay, you're exaggerating the fuck out of it. We were all like, girl, fuck you, and we just kept talking, and then at some point you joined the conversation.
Well, no, because it was actual anger I felt directed at me, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I am being a little annoying. But
you were being so fucking annoying because you weren't even taking a proper vow of silence. You kept saying I'm in my vow of silence.
I'm in my vow of silence era right now. You can't talk to me. And y'all would ask me questions, and I would literally ignore y'all. But I would answer them in my head.
I literally think we were driving you somewhere you needed to go, and I think I was asking you questions about going there, and you weren't answering it, and that's why it was pissing me off, because I was like, bitch, I'm literally taking you somewhere.
Don't talk to a man in his silent era. That's all. Did you learn that lesson?
You know what needs to happen? What I learned is more men should enter a silent era. Because for that moment in time, I felt
the world was a little more peaceful.
I felt I knew peace.
Well, I think women and females should be more silent.
You know what's crazy is growing up, I heard female a lot, and it was just so normal to me. And now as an adult, I'm being called a female is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because someone made a good point on TikTok again, because that's where I get all my information and opinions.
Wait, can I say something before it piggybacks off of that? Yesterday I was telling Kai, I forgot to say this in the last episode, but a lot of the time I will be oh, I was reading this article. I was reading this article, and it was talking about this information, and it's literally a TikTok that I saw that was 3 minutes long. I actually do read, but I actually do read shit, but it just has more oomph behind it if you say like if you were to say, "Oh, I heard it in a TikTok," like
it immediately invalidates the information in some way. But you know what I've realized is like gaining or garnering opinions and takes from TikTok is no different than like a lot of information we know is things friends have taught us and like told us. At least for me, that's like how I know a lot about a thing. Well, know a lot about a lot of things is through friends. So like TikTok isn't that different, except there are chaos agents who are
like us that spread misinformation. Who are
fear mongering. No, you know what? Let's change fear mongering. Fear slaying. You can fear serving fear.
I'm afraid I might be on my last lay. I can feel it coming. I'm not very boots anymore. The house is burning. In not a good way.
Saying in not a good way.
A boot.
But someone was like, being called female is so disrespectful because like you could be a female anything. You could be like that's almost referring to you as like an animal and like less than a human.
Because a female dog. A bitch.
Yeah.
But
what was the thing people used to say as kids where it was like yeah, I'm a bitch. Like, or like...
I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like gloss. Gloss.
Why is that one of the only lyrics you've ever gotten?
I was about to say that. I don't know why that's in my brain.
Because this morning you were trying to sing the Lil Durk song. Is that Lil Durk? That's like, I did my dance one time on TikTok and went viral with it. Drew literally said, I did my dance on TikTok and... One time.
It was even worse than that. I was like, I danced on TikTok and went viral for it or some shit like that. Like, I'm just dumb as shit. Like,
we should do a full episode where it's just me playing songs that I know you love, like playing them for 5 seconds and then seeing if you could even repeat the lyrics.
We'll do that on Patreon.
True, because on here it'll get demonetized. We had our first fucking episode get demonetized because Drew sucked the mic. But now I'm scared because last episode I feel like might get demonetized too because we said wiener but in proper terms. I'm like,
they are coming after me. I got age restricted on my fucking YouTube channel. Like,
your whole channel got age restricted?
No. But the last 2 videos did. And I don't even know why. The last one did. I did not make any jokes at all in the very last one, but it got age restricted. I appealed it. Nope.
It's because you're sexy. TikTok. Okay, actually, TikTok hates my TikTok accounts. There's not a day that goes by that as I'm posting, I don't get a video taken down and get restricted from posting for a week.
Damn.
And it started with my fucking collarbones. I would be in bed fully covered by my sheets, and I'm not kidding. My collarbones were out. Not even like a sign of boob. Like, yeah. I almost look like I don't have boobs in those kind of videos when I'm laying down. And like, what were you gonna say?
It's like actually fucked up. Have you ever tried to suck your own boob before?
Yeah, everyone has.
Okay, I was about to say because every dude has tried to suck their own wiener. And I was like, there's like
also,
this correlation.
Also, you said worse shit on the podcast, and that making you.
But like that, why did that come to my brain? Have you? But yeah,
maybe
I feel like everyone.
You imagine me laying down and my boob falling in my mouth because you don't understand how women's bodies work. Yes, I have. I remember.
It's just curiosity.
I remember when in like 7th grade was around the first time where I like saw anything like porn related, and I remember in one of those videos this girl was sucking her own boob, and I was like, what the fuck? And mind you I had no boobs in 7th grade, and I remember trying really hard and then being really upset because I didn't have boobs, and that was a big thing for me growing up. Is like I never had boobs, and now I have them, and I want them gone, and I hate them.
I can take care of that.
I remember I used to stuff my bra. I was one of those girls.
Aww.
Where like my friend gave me one of her old bras because she was growing rapidly. And so she gave me her old fucking bra. And I did not anywhere near fill it. So I would stuff my bra. Because I remember one time in literally 4th grade, which is belligerent and makes no sense, that in 4th grade, this is a conversation, but this kid, Elijah, and I'll say his fucking name, he would like never hear this, but it was this kid who I had a crush on, but he was actually like psychotic in behavior. And he came up to me and my friend who had boobs at the time and was like, Enya, why is your chest so flat? And like said that loud as fucking lunch. And I remember I was just like was silent and I was like, Oh, I'm just not wearing my bra right now. Like I don't know what I said, but I like tried to like dismiss it as like
so evil, dude. Kids are so fucking mean.
Yeah, I was just as mean though, and we've talked about that. Yeah. So like really, maybe I deserved it. Maybe karma got its kiss. Oh my god,
karma
another thing
literally got its kiss.
Sorry, but another thing I just remembered is in 7th grade, this kid Brandon asked me out, and my best friend at the time. He asked me out and I was like, no, like, I don't want to go out with you. And I was like really nice about it because he was friends with me and his friend, I won't say this kid's name because he's a freak and I've seen his IG. But his friend, who later on made fun of me, but we used to be best friends in 2nd grade. This is such a convoluted, stupid story. But basically, they were next to each other and I was really nice to Brandon over it. And my best friend at the time laughed in his face and started mocking him really loud because I think like because I was like so like trolly and annoying, she thought that would make me laugh. And I was just like, stop it, please. And he like got really, really sad and like walked away and didn't talk to me for a long time.
But you were actually being nice.
Yeah, I was like, because he was like one of the chillest like guys.
There's a lesson there. There is a literal lesson. What is the lesson? There. Just like be nice to everybody all the time because like it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like,
how is this connected to Boy Who Cried Wolf?
Because the boy who cried wolf was lying, and then when he was telling the truth, like no one believed him. But like all the time you're mean, and when you're actually being sincere and nice, no one believed you.
I guess.
No, because you know I'm right. I
guess I was curious where you were bringing that because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, I was a bitch in school, but that's okay because now I'm a bitch behind closed doors and I'm nice to everyone in open space.
Except for Kai.
No, I'm nice to Kai. I've been really nice to Kai before. Like, no one believes that, but like, I can think of nice things I've done for Kai.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't.
So.
Literally in Joshua Tree, no one cared that Kai was passing away.
You literally
everyone cared, but no one was taking action, and Kai was literally passing away from dehydration.
That's honestly one of the nicest things someone has done for me in like a while.
And also, it was right before my therapy, so I was like, oh, am I going to push it? And I was like, you know what? He needs this. So I went and got him Pedialyte so he didn't die.
That's really sweet.
I don't even remember if we saw you for the rest of the night. Oh, yeah, then y'all stayed up fucking talking shit until 5 in the morning, and I like had to listen to all of it.
But it was like locker room boy talk.
That's what I genuinely thought it was. I thought they were talking. Can I say what I thought y'all were talking about? I didn't even know if I told you.
I know you didn't.
I literally thought y'all were talking about giving head. Like, I like heard something like that. And then I was like, I heard one of you making comments about how like, oh yeah, I do it every time. And I was like, now what the fuck are they out there lying about? I was like, what?
I mean, that's not like an abnormal conversation for us to have though. Like we literally like talk about that with you. Like,
yeah, I know. And then I like shoot you all down and put you in reality. I'm like, men. Okay. I've said this once and I said it before. Unless like some man who's taking a master class in eating pussy, you do not have to do that. Like don't disrupt the peace. You're actually disrupting the peace. Like you're taking like feminism like 8 steps back.
Yeah.
Because now this poor girl has to sit there and act like you licking the bowl clean is like doing something for her, and it's not.
Licking the bowl clean.
Like literally, I'm like, it's not working.
Damn. Well, I was gonna like try to like think of a witty response, but I've like literally said all of them. Like,
have you finally run out of like gross?
No, I have not. But just like in that case, I have. Every girl I've been with has like cummed. Easily. Actually, you know the joke? It's like, you know the joke? It's like, oh, like men only last like 2 minutes. No, no, babe.
With you, girl.
No, babes. Girls last 30 seconds with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. My sexuality is so confused online. No one knows, and I'm gonna keep it that way. And
that's good. That's good. You got to keep them guessing.
I'm gonna keep it that way.
I I will say, every time you talk about women, it sounds like you've literally never looked at one for more than 3 seconds. You said, I made all of the women in my life have camed.
Cummed.
I believe that though. You do a good job with the pearl.
I can polish a good pearl. A pink pearl.
Demonetized again, guys.
Fuck it.
Oh, just now? On this one?
With what you said, with what Drew said.
Fuck it. Give me that damn bucket.
This is what we can talk about. TikTok is the worst thing to happen in the world.
Okay, that's literally where I was going to go right after this. I was going to bring up the fact that TikTok is single-handedly the worst thing to happen to the human race. Like, yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with that. It connected us in a way we never, ever needed, should have ever been this far connected. I don't know.
Damn, girl.
Literally, I'm so passionate about it being the worst thing to ever happen that I literally can't even, like, think of words to, like, describe it. I just think if it was eradicated today, I would be a happier person tomorrow.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
I feel that. Part of me is like, that's like kind of the only other social media app I use. Like at this point,
that, Instagram.
I use this and Instagram, and then like I barely touch YouTube other than podcasts. So I'm like, oh my God, like who would be paying attention to me though? Like that's like the only part of it, which is like a bad thing. Because like what I will say too is, I don't know, I'm like kind of flip flop. One, the fun part about TikTok is it literally is just like fun bullshit for me. Like, because I'm like, everything I post on IG, especially main feed posts, is kind of more curated, and I take more time to think about it and work on making content for there for the most part. And then on TikTok, I can literally just sit on the couch when I'm bored as shit. But that's the problem, is how easily you get sucked in.
You can't just watch
TikToks. Endless fucking cycle. Like,
you can't just watch like TikToks for 15 minutes. Like, it's like an hour-long process every time you get on. And then like you said, the feed is literally endless. Like with like apps like Vine and shit, like you could get to the end, like you could like reach the bottom and be caught up. But like TikTok is literally forever
because there's too many people on there.
And also like, this is just real nerdy weird shit, but like the algorithm is actually sinister. Like it is diabolical, like how it works. Like there's like parts of it that like, this I was actually reading, and you can go into my fucking history. I was actually reading about this, and I think
like you have to prove something because you get all your TikTok info.
I think Kai mentioned it to me as well, but I may be wrong. But like, there's a part of the algorithm that like you like for a week it gives you like really like happy content, like where you're like super happy, like it makes you feel good, like and the timeline might be different. It might be a day and the cycles, whatever. But like for a week, it gives you really happy content. Like you're on top of the world. Like you feel good. Like you're seeing the shit you want to see. Like it's really like just genuinely like dopamine, serotonin like hits to your brain every fucking time. I don't know which fucking feel good chemical comes from fucking scrolling on TikTok. God damn it. I don't need to see that shit in the fucking comments. One week, the TikTok algorithm gives you good shit. The next week, it gives you bad shit. So then your ape brain gets addicted to it, because then the next week, it gives you good shit. And then your ape brain is like, oh, like this is how I get these feel-good chemicals. And then it's just an endless cycle. And that's why you're all addicted to TikTok, is because part of it is the algorithm giving you bad content to make you feel bad. And then it gives you good content to make you feel good. And then boom, 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 boom. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah.
I was trying to think about that, but I was like, I don't know what is considered like bad content. Like I rarely get content on my page that makes me sad or anything, but I guess the algorithm, but I don't think the algorithm does this on purpose. I think it thinks I want to see this because it has my name in it. But there have been TikToks of dumb fucking fugly bitches talking shit about me that land on my For You page. And I'm like, oh, TikTok thinks I want to see this because this dumb fugly rat put my fucking name in their shit for fucking views because they're a goddamn loser, and it's on my For You page.
Yeah.
And that's the only time that something's on my timeline that I'm like, now what the hell is this? But I get joy from it because I'm like,
the girls are talking.
You're using my name for views.
The girls are talking.
That's embarrassing. You should be fucking embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. Get a therapist. But yeah, that's the only time that shit's on my timeline that I'm like, what the fuck? I guess like there's like feel good happy shit that makes me sad. What's her name? I think her username is like blogger something.
Fashion blogger, average fashion blogger.
But she has a really funny TikTok about it where was it her? And it's her and this other girl who are both like these white girls with freckles on their face that I kind of mistake for each other. But I think it was average fashion blogger. Yeah, it was. Where she like was like how TikTok feels. And it's her like crying and then she like, it looks like she scrolls and she's like, like laughing.
Exactly.
And she's scrolling and she's like crying again.
That's literally what it does to your brain. This is your brain on TikTok.
This is your that fucking old marijuana. That old fucking weed.
Old ass.
That old weed commercial that we watched the other day when she was like, "Why did I do this to myself?"
Oh yeah. She like steals money out of her mom's purse and shit that Dana was reposted.
I used to be such a dare kid. I used to be one of those people that was like, exactly, like weed is gonna fuck your life up and you're gonna pass away from it. I remember this is so, amongst all of the things that I posted as a 14, 15-year-old that are extremely embarrassing to look back on. One of them is I posted like a dare on Dare Day or on 420. I posted a dare post in a dare hat. And I was like, because I had made a bunch of friends in freshman year who were hella stoners and we would argue about it all the time because I'd be like, you are kind of fucking dumb. Like I was like, You've been smoking since middle school. Like, girl, I can tell. And like we would always beef about it, me and this guy. And then I made like an anti weed smoking thing.
Prude.
I mean, it makes sense. Like with my shit I had experienced in my head, I was like, any substance is bad. Yeah. I was like, and I feel this way about alcohol. But little did Enya know that drinks are pretty.
Drinks are pretty and weed is sometimes fun.
And tastes delicious.
We went to MedBin the other day, which is like a weed store in LA, and we got transdermal weed patches. I have
not touched them.
I got them because I was like, okay, this is like taking it too far. Like, how far can we actually go with like getting weed into our system? Like transdermal patches that you put on like venous areas on your fucking body, and then you just get dosed with weed all fucking day long. I was like, this has to be like the end, right?
Also, why would I want that on all fucking day? I would freak the fuck out.
If it's a 12-hour high.
We're like, why would we want that? Literally, the ones we got, Drew got a pure CBD one, and then I got a 3-to-1 ratio of CBD.
And also, they're not for us. They're for people in like chronic pain that like can't smoke weed, so they put it on their arm.
I am in chronic pain, bitch.
Mentally.
But yeah, we haven't tried it yet, and we have our honey. You know what it is? It's like. Again, I can't, I say it so many times, we spoke about it in like the last episode, I can't with weed because it feels like a big like project that I have to undergo. It feels like a chore and it feels like I have to like make space for it in my life and like I get scared. I have to make space for it in my life because there's a chance that it makes me feel like shit and then I have to go to sleep and then I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared of our honey, which is also literally 10 CBD.
It's 10 CBD and 2 THC, which, like, if you're not familiar, is a very, very low, like the lowest dose.
Like, it's laughable. Like, yeah. I have friends who enjoy weed who, like, I'll offer them, like, our canned drinks, which have 2 milligram THC, and they will literally laugh at me.
They're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, why would I want that? And I'm like, okay, never mind.
That will make me feel worse. It's not enough THC.
Those things get me high off my fucking ass. I'd be goo goo gaga laughing.
I had a fucking panic attack.
But we'll stop talking. We always like somehow like mention weed and how we're scared of it. So we'll just make sure we do like a Patreon episode where we get high and everyone can see us.
So you can see us tweak the fuck out. Like, no, that's a good idea.
Like I've said before, I'm like lucky enough where I'm like, hee ha ha. But I will say if Drew starts tweaking next to me, like I will fully consume that energy and freak out.
You know what it would happen is I would like see the camera and I'd be like, oh my God, like, this is like, this is my job, like talking to like an inanimate object. And then on the other side, like, are people living inside the camera? Like it would get dark, dude. It would literally get dark.
And then I would mention space and it would be done.
Yeah, it would be a wrap. It would be over.
I see you eyeing that stupid fucking list.
Well, I'm seeing if there's anything else. And the only other thought that I have on this list that I didn't touch on already is imagine dating an influencer. Like, It sounds like a nightmare, and I understand that.
Are you talking about like us influencers, or like influencers who are very like, this is my life, this is what I'm doing?
No,
like,
just us, any influencer, like literally anybody who is like self-absorbed, like, because I'll be the first to admit, I think I'm the best person on planet Earth. Like, I genuinely think I am number one.
I don't even think that's an influencer thing. I think there's plenty of people who like suck to date because they like think they're the best.
But that just is piggybacking off of that. Like having to take photos of people, like also like the idea of a thirst trapper is just so also, fucking gnarly.
Yeah, I guess I'm like being too biased because I'm like, what does that have? Like I was thinking about us being dated, but I think the worst part about dating one of us is like just the inevitability if people do find out about your relationship, or if like me, you've had a public relationship, bitches won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like bitches just won't shut the like. Take a hint.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fucking nightmare to date either another influencer or, again, like a thirst trapper. Like, that sounds fucking embarrassing as hell. Embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm just like, I think a lot of people usually have one public relationship and then they realize, oh, that was like not a good decision and that was awful because the chances of it not working out are pretty high. And then the chances of like, all of your young followers not being able to take a hint and then saying things like, I don't believe in love anymore, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, like, because of your relationship. Those chances are pretty high, so most people don't do it. But I agree with you. I'm trying to think. Luckily, people dating us don't have to take pictures of us, though. Imagine, like...
Because we don't post ever on anything.
I would be damned if I gave... One, I just can't have anybody I'm interested in romantically taking pictures of me in general. I'm like, now, why are you doing that? Like...
See, no, I want candid photos of me. I genuinely don't think there's like any candid photos of me anywhere in the world.
I have so many random photos of you.
But I just clock the camera immediately and they're not candid anymore.
Like a lot of people do.
But I'm saying I want like candid photos. I want to be out in the wild, like enjoying nature, and then someone just like take a picture of me. And it's, like,
you may find that significant others. Also, this needs to be spoken about. Men in relationships take the worst fucking photos.
Emulations.
It is fucking true. No man I've ever been dating or into has taken a photo of me and I look at it and I'm like, wow, that's such a good photo of me.
Yeah.
Or no man in general, but specifically the men you're dating, because I don't know what fucking little spell I have you in that all of a sudden you think I look good there. Like, you're lying. Now you're just letting me know you see me as one of the ugliest people ever.
Exactly.
And you're like kind of into that.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I take like decent photos of you.
Now.
Yeah, but now. You said no man ever.
No, but like it took you literally 3 years.
I would say a year ago I was taking decent photos of you.
I
caught on quick.
You got really good. When I realized you got really good is when you took photos of Orion and me for like the Celine thing I did, and you took Orion for a thing she did.
Yeah.
That was when the like marking of turnaround. But I don't have you take IG photos of me the way I used to. Like, I used to be hyper obsessed.
It used to be like a fucking daily occurrence. Like, can you take IG pictures of me today? I'm like, no.
Because I fucking hated myself. Please. And I felt like I had to take pictures. Also, I fully cut off your whole, like, influencer dating thing.
I kind of got all my thoughts out. I just think it would be fucking awful. Like, I genuinely think it would be the worst experience of my life.
Yeah, I can say. I feel like, oh my God, I could see... I can't see myself if... I just don't think men should be like thirst trapping. There, I said it. Like,
no,
I just
exactly.
Don't think, like,
I don't think men should be posting photo dumps either.
Yeah, I'm like...
There are no real men left.
I'm like, no, they post a photo dump, but why the fuck are there 3 photos of you in this photo dump?
3 selfies? Why are you taking a selfie?
Why are you taking... No, ew, stop. I'm sorry, but the idea of men, like, finding good lighting and taking a selfie, like, you need to... If you see good lighting, you should be able to look at the sun and know it's time to go to fucking work. Like, you should be...
Go to war, bitch.
The only reason you should be clocking sunlight on the floor and good lighting is because...
You're farmer. That's the female, like, farmer gatherers.
No, that's men's work now because it's like, oh my God, I have to go like
farm.
I have to go like rally up the cattle and put them back inside because
tend to the farm.
Yeah, I have to go tend to the farm. Ew! Oh my God! Like I can't. I'm gonna freak out at the idea of like men seeing good lighting and like taking out their phone to film a TikTok. What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
like imagine
what are you doing?
Imagine walking in on your significant other making a TikTok.
I would throw up. Oh my God, I would start crying. I would start throwing things at him.
Like actually, I would run away and disappear. I would disappear from my life.
But for girls, I'm like, yeah, like.
No, I'm like, get it, girl. Like, you're hot. Like, get it.
You better.
Turn it out. But if a man finds himself attractive and is airing it out online,
I'm like, now you need to work on that personality right now. Because like, if you,
I know you're insecure.
That's my thing. Is like men. Like will curate their look before their personality. So if you're looking at a man and he's like really invested in his look, girl, behind
this is straight men, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking about straight men. Like if there's like a straight man who's like, oh, I'm like so into how I look, behind that forehead there are no thoughts. Behind that forehead, you are in that
Killer
relationship
thoughts.
to be a character development
This
tool.
is
like
literally killer. The killer is gonna come.
Literally, ew, oh my God, I would like, I'm like actually repulsed. If you're dating, never mind. I'm just like, I could keep going forever. I was gonna be like, imagine dating a straight man influencer and like you're going to events as his +1. Now what the fuck are you doing?
Absolutely.
Why the fuck are we? What is happening? Like,
absolutely.
Why do you want to go have a key? Like, you have to make a house right now.
You have to go build the house.
Like,
go build our home.
You can't be having a key.
Go be an accountant or something. Like literally, go put that business degree to use.
You need to go file your fucking taxes. I just don't believe in like straight men having fun. And I'll cut off my rant there because God knows I could go on an anti-man campaign for years. You know what? I'm actually gonna start. I'm gonna start a pro lobotomy for men campaign.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run. I
actually would support
lobotomy queen.
I would support that.
Yeah. So I'll have a petition up soon. We'll do like a parade rally in LA on Fairfax.
I literally support it.
I said I made a joke about lobotomies the other day, and people were really like, oh my God, like in real life.
I said a lobotomy joke online, and people were pissing me too. And I was like, I'm gonna lobotomize all of y'all, you fucking losers. Get off fucking Twitter. You got Twitter brain,
like,
bitch.
No, literally, like the internet is so funny how it finds a joke funny for like 3 minutes, and then randomly it decides that like, actually that's like not chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, you know what's not chill?
Your breath. You stinky bitch. Go shower.
I was gonna say something.
Go
really
wash
violent.
your fucking clothes.
Yeah.
I know you got dirty clothes on your bed.
Dirty clothes under your bed. Oh, that's one thing that I just can't. Like, I can't, like, get with, like, dirty rooms. Like, now, why the fuck are you filming a TikTok and I can see your whole mush pile of stinky undies behind you? At least hide it. Like
please. No, we have kick it to the corner.
We have normalized dirty ass rooms. Yeah. Like, where the fuck are your parents? Your parents aren't telling you.
But they're depressed, Enya.
Hide your depression pile. And I know everyone's like, oh, I want to show the real sides of me on the internet. I don't want to see your stained fucking undies in the back of a TikTok. You look good. You beat your face. Now kick that pile out of frame. And then try again.
Try again. Yeah, I don't think I've ever just been like a messy person. I think literally my entire life I have just been a clean fucking freak. And it's not even something my parents like forced into me. I just was. Because I just don't like messy spaces. I think it's like very uncomfortable.
My dad drilled being clean into us. I used to be like messy as a kid. Like under my bed was full of shit and like, it was so bad. And now like my room right now isn't even necessarily messy, but it's like driving me insane and I have to clean it.
Yeah. I like when you were gone, I completely like mopped, swept the whole 9 yards. Because I feel like I haven't done that in so long, and I did it throughout the house too.
It was so clean when you got back. My presence has made it a little messier. Like, yeah, I'm not like the cleanest person ever. I just like put things where I like want them where they're easily accessible to me.
And then I like come through and I'm like, okay, we have cabinets and cupboards for a reason.
But our cabinets and cupboards are all like full of shit.
We should clean them out.
My makeup bag. I've been doing my makeup in the bathroom,
girl,
and I leave my makeup bag because I got a new Glossier makeup bag that I just leave on the counter. And Drew put it. I didn't say anything to you. You put it on top of the fucking toilet, and all the germophobia in me like literally went to my throat, and I was like, I'm literally gonna fucking break out and like die in the next 3 days because he's gonna give me fucking like E. coli from like putting my shit on here, and I like freaked out, and then I put it on the towel rack instead.
Word. I'm sorry for doing that, but it had to be done for my brain.
You know what it is? I have to I need to start doing my makeup in my room, but I hate my vanity, and I don't know what to do with my room. I like need to throw things away and like get rid of shit, but I'm attached to all my items, and also it just sounds like work. I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
Mama, no, please.
I go through and like throw shit away. That's one thing I'm actually really bad at is like keeping like certain little things and pictures and stuff. Like I don't save all of my photos onto hard drives. Like I've been trying to get good at that, so I have like shit to look back at. But I am so like I don't need it now, so I won't ever need it, and I'll throw it away because I'm like. I don't care. Yeah,
all of my shit is backed up, and I have all my old iPhones because I'm like, dude, one day, like literally last night, Madeline, my sister, was sending me pictures from our old like yearbooks from 2nd grade, and it was cracking me up. Like my parents, like when we got our yearbooks, we were fucking evil. Like we would go through and mark out like the people we didn't like and write the meanest shit possible. And we were in 2nd grade. Like half the shit, I'm like, how the fuck did we know like this was like something mean to say? Like it made no sense what we were saying to these people. But I will say every person we marked out was a weirdo freak and ended up being a weirdo freak later in life. So I'm not saying our intuition was correct in 2nd grade, but I am saying our intuition was correct in 2nd grade because all of them are fucking weirdos now. But that's beside the point. Literally, I think it like my parents would be like, don't mark in your fucking yearbooks. And I was like pissed because now I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. But basically
now you don't have like as much content of like
no, I'm happy I marked in the fucking yearbooks because they're funnier. Like they're way more enjoyable than if I looked back and was like, oh, this is like a bare yearbook. Now I have something to fucking laugh at.
Dude, I literally don't have any yearbooks. Granted, because like we like kind of couldn't afford them, and my schools also didn't make them. Like my school, like my elementary school didn't have a yearbook. No grade until like senior year was there ever really an offering of a yearbook. Damn. Like senior year there was, and it was like $50, and most of us were like, I don't want to spend $50 on that. That sounds like a lot. So I don't have anything. I just have like a few like of the school photos, but even that, like my dad has a storage unit that all of us like stay away from because it's too much shit in there that I actually really want to go in, because the one thing I do know that I have from like when I was 14 is every psychotic, dramatic, like depressed young teenager had a fucking shoebox or some shit where they would write like very insane notes and throw them in there.
Dude, yeah.
And I have like some crazy shit that I wrote, and I would love
Dude,
to find that box because I know it'll make me so sad. And
my
it'll be awesome.
Fucking parents, when they moved out of like my childhood home, I like my room kind of just stayed the same when I like moved out, and they moved all my shit out of my room for me when I moved. And they were like selling the furniture, but in one of my drawers I had just all of my like really gnarly, sad like notes, journals, like all this just like really fucked up shit that like no one should see. And I'm pretty sure that like when they went through it, like they saw some of it, and I trust them enough to like not like go through all my like sad shit, but I know they saw some of it, and I was like, oh, I was like irking inside because like, but now I mean I'm like fucking 10 years older now. I literally don't give a shit. But like, yeah, it was just funny to think about that they probably saw all my like 14-year-old thoughts.
But yeah, as we're talking about this, I'm thinking about like when I went through my big journaling phase, even in high school, in like junior, senior year, and all the things I was writing, and I have those in the house right now. I'm like, I want to go look at those because now it's so scary. That shit is like 6-7 years old, which is so terrifying because I remember I read some of that like even like 3 years ago, and I was like, this wasn't that long ago, and it's just like kind of embarrassing. But now it would be like, oh my God, this was like almost a decade old. Like me exaggerating, I'm like talking about something from when I was 17. I'm like, this is almost a decade old. But I guess it kind of is because it's like 6 years old.
It's like leaning.
I love growing old. Someone actually made a comment where it was like, we saw those Tumblr posts where you would hate about aging. Yeah, nobody, when you're 17, 18, it sounds like the worst thing. 17, 18, 19, it sounds like the fucking worst thing ever to grow old. But once you hit like 21, it's like, okay, let's speed up the process. Like,
not for me.
Let's keep it going. Like, at least for me personally.
No, literally, it's fucked up that like somehow through all these years, I'm
Still
only
21.
15. I literally just turned 15.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, you know what
My
it is?
16th fucking birthday is actually in March on the 4th, like, which is crazy. I'm super excited to get my fucking license.
Oh yeah, Drew's age regressing out of paranoia of becoming old. So
Exactly.
we're just gonna let him go with it.
Exactly.
No, you have to at least please just be turning 21 so we could still go to bars and shit.
I'm turning 16.
Okay, can you get a fake?
No, bitch.
Why not?
I don't look 21 at fucking all.
Okay,
Like,
that
what are you
doesn't
talking
matter.
about?
Bouncers literally don't care. Like, you're being like dramatic.
I don't know. I'd just be too nervous to like give it to the.
No, because you'd be
People.
with all your older friends, so you would get in still.
Okay, maybe I'll get a fucking fake. Maybe.
Okay. I mean, like 16.
You're just peer pressuring a fucking 15-year-old, and it's a little weird. Like
I was just about to say, like, yeah, sure, being 16 in a bar with a lot of adults is like very not okay and dangerous, and no one should do that. But like, you're gonna be with your other friends who are protecting you.
True.
So
If y'all have my back, I'll DD. I'll be the designated driver.
you don't have your license yet. You're 16. 15.
Yeah.
I can't believe I never got a fake because I was actually so scared of, like, you know what it was? I never got a fake, not because of being scared, because I have too big of like an ego and pride to get turned down. Like it would like eat away at me if a bouncer looked and was like, yeah, this is fake, and like turned me around.
Literally in shit ass nowhere, Texas, where we grew up, there was nothing more to do. There was nothing else to do other than fucking drink in people's attics, and that was actually it. So we all had fake IDs when we were like 16, and everybody in town knew we had fake IDs. Everybody knew who we were. Like, I don't know why they were still selling alcohol to us, but like,
Well, because the money.
yeah, literally, like there were a few gas stations you could go to without fail and use your fake ID at. And when I was 16, I did not look 21, and neither did any of my fucking friends. Like, we all looked like fucking actually 13-year-olds. Like, why were you giving us like 30 racks of Natty Light? Like, obviously,
What the fuck is that?
it's like white people culture. It's beer. It's like a 30 count beer pack of Natural Light.
I have not heard. I like forgot that exists.
But you know what it is.
Yeah, it's the shittiest beer.
It's the worst. It's water beer. It like literally like is fucking disgusting, but it's cheap as fucking bones. But it's actually crazy that you mentioned this, because I was just talking to this with one of my friends. One time, so we were like, I want to say we were 17. And me and my buddies, like, we were 18, because we went to a club in Dallas. And we went to a club in Dallas, and my friend, we were just like on the dance floor. I think it was the Lizard Lounge. If you know the Lizard, that is the most cursed place on earth. I have I have so many stories from the Lizard Lounge in Dallas. If you know, you fucking know. That place is evil, sinister, has very dark energy. It fucking sucks. Anyways, we were dancing on the dance floor, like, whatever, and he looked down and found an ID on the floor, and it was like the holy grail moment. It was like, holy fucking shit. Like, it looked just like him. He was 21. It was a scannable ID. Like, it was a real ID, and it like changed our fucking. I was 17. It changed our lives forever, because I had to be snuck into the fucking clubs. Anyways, we took this ID back to my hometown, Granbury, and like we used it at all these places. It was like going well. Like, we used it for like 3 months, I want to say. It was like, it was the jackpot. Like, we were not gonna get caught. You couldn't, like, wasn't gonna fail. Like, whatever. A side note: my hometown is 2 hours away from the club that we found this at, so it's like a 2-hour drive to this club. Well, we're just like using it, like, literally, like I said, it was like hitting the jackpot. Well, we try it at this new gas station that we've never been to, or that we've been to, but like is notorious for taking like fake IDs. Like, she knows, like, you're not getting past her. Like, she's not going to jail because she sold a 16-year-old some fucking beer, whatever. We go there because we're like, oh, it's a real ID. Like, she's not gonna know. And we give it to her, and like, I'm standing behind my friend, and she looks at the ID and she's like, this isn't you. And he's like, yeah, it is. It's me. Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, no, it's not fucking you. This is my nephew. And literally, I don't know what the chances are of that fucking happening, but I'm pretty sure he was in the military and like away, like on duty or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't even know why, like, whatever. That's beside the point. But like, he was like away in like serving the army or some shit, and this fucking ID, like, sure enough, like, was her nephew, and she was like, I'm gonna call the fucking cops, like, this is fucking insane, y'all are insane people, like, what the fuck are you doing with my nephew's ID? Like, started freaking out, and like, we just ran away, and like, she kept the ID. But like, the chances of that happening are like zero.
Dude,
and I
that's fucking awesome.
Cannot believe that fucking happened. Her nephew, 2 hours away, was just on the bottom of, like, on the floor of a club, like, that the chances of that are...
He made it sound like he was like dead.
Literally.
Like her nephew 2 hours away on the floor of a club.
Found dead in his London
I don't have
apartment.
any stories like that because I just never did shit like that. Actually, there is this ID, like a fake that Orion has had for like ever.
What's her name?
I feel like I shouldn't say it. Should we bleep it?
Say it and bleep it.
Yeah, say it. I'm gonna say it and bleep it.
Yes, Miss.
But she doesn't really look like Orion or me. She just has like a very like, you know when you bitches love to tag me and like any other Latina girl with like a wide face and you're like, oh, this is you, because like everyone assumes that like because I have a wide face, like I'm gonna look like every other Latina on the internet. That's kind of the vibe that this ID was giving, where it was like she just had the same like face width as me and Orion, so like it worked. And I remember the first time I was using it, I was so fucking panicked about it because I was like, they're gonna know. But like, I don't think a lot of bouncers, especially when you're like around other people who are actually 21 and up, actually give a fuck.
No.
Especially in LA. Like, it's actually fucked up. Like, I've been in a club and there has been like a 15-year-old at one of these like LA parties, and I'm like, who invited this
with
motherfucker?
a Red Bull vodka?
Yeah, and like trying to order me a drink, and I'm like, oh.
I'm like, who?
So fucking embarrassing. I don't get hit on. No one talks to me. And one of the only times a person has been like, oh, let me buy you a drink, it's been a fucking random minor who I'm like, why are you in here?
It was the most insane scenario I've ever been in.
And then I just had to play nice because I didn't want to like embarrass the fuck out of this child. And I was like, oh, okay, go ahead. And they got me a drink and I literally grabbed it and then pushed it at the end of the other side of the bar and walked away. And then I was like, that was the most embarrassing experience of my life.
It's humbling.
Me with my literal child being like, what do you want?
Literally.
Like, that's how I felt, because they had no idea what to order. They were like, what are you getting? I'll get one for you. And I was like, oh my God, you need to go home. Someone needs to tuck you in.
If you could say the name, it would
be
literally,
so
it would be so much funnier. It would be fucking insane. It's just literally like insane.
Who it is so funny. It is, but I won't make fun of them like that. Or like I won't publicly shame them.
Because they literally are a fucking 15.
They're a child, and I just like, I always feel bad because I'm like, there's a line between like being a child and like having fun, and then like being a child in an environment where it's like only adults. I'm like, you're in a dangerous situation. Your parents need to fucking throw an air tag in your pocket and like track
your ass.
Like,
dude, the crazy thing is that like these kids are all like child stars and they like pay their fucking ow. I just fucking had electricity fucking zapped through my leg. Holy shit.
But yeah, they're like paying their parents' bills, so if their parents speak to them, they're like, fuck you.
Exactly.
And that's why if I do have a baby, I won't give it an iPad, and I'll tell it that that there's nothing outside of our house, so it doesn't believe. I'm gonna Gypsy Rosify my baby.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, as like a teenager, one of my really cynical, funny memories that I have is me and Dante. We were like always just making up really fucked up hypotheticals, and this is such a fucked up hypothetical, but the fact that when I was making this joke, the Gypsy Rose thing was happening, and I had no idea because I didn't know about it until like 2017, 2018. I literally made a joke to Dante where I was like, I'm gonna have a baby just to like fuck around and see how far I can take, like, lying and, like, borderline abusing it until, like, I get in trouble.
Gypsy Rose Blanchardiana.
Yeah, and so I remember I was telling Dante, I was like, I'm just gonna tell the kid, this is so fucked up, but, like, it's literally what Gypsy Rose's mom did to her, but I literally told Dante, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a kid and, like, convince it can't use its legs, and, like, be like, no, you can't walk, like, the doctor said so, and, like, get fake doctors to tell it this information, and then I was like, and then one day, I'm, like, a little lenient, and I'm like, okay, fine, you can invite a friend over. And then, like, the friends are all hanging out in the room with my kid. And they're like, have you ever even tried to stand up? And my kid's like, no, my mom always told me I couldn't. And, like, the friends are like, just try. And then I walk in on the kid standing and I freak the fuck out. And I'm like, everyone get out. And yeah, that's a really fucked up thing I said as a 15-year-old amongst a lot of things. But it's okay because at least I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still time.
Yeah, that's in my 30s.
Yeah.
I enter my, what's the name of gypsy, like the thing?
Munchausen
Yeah,
syndrome.
I'm going to enter my Munchausen syndrome in my 30s, in my, like, mid-30s.
You could just do that to me. You could
No, because you would like that.
Exactly.
You are...
We could take over the fucking world together.
Everybody has seen you move, bitch. What are you about to do?
I could get in a car wreck. I could get in a car wreck. I mentioned in the last episode that I've seen a lot of people die, and I feel like people don't believe me, but I have seen a lot of people die. I think I have an omen.
Oh my god! Like, we were almost done with this episode. You like couldn't not squeeze it in.
No, because I just thought about it. And I was like, I have seen a lot of death. Okay, I won't get into it, but
Oh, I know what you're gonna mention. Your live text to me.
I'll save it. Not even that one. I forgot about that one. I have like 3 more deaths that literally happened in front of me. One when I was 9. Dude, actually 2 of them happened in the same fucking year when I was like 9 years old. And I remember them so fucking vividly. Like, I'm not kidding. This close. Like, people dying in front of me. Oh my god.
Personally, I haven't experienced that, which is why I'm not kidding. People don't believe me when I say I'm like butt fuck stupid, but it's by choice. Like, I do a really good job at turning my fucking brain off. Like I said in the last episode, like, it's usually on like autopilot mode, and then sometimes I have to spark my brain up with like on some like plugging your car in and revving the engine. Like, that's what I have to do to my literal brain to get myself to have certain conversations. But for the most part, I'm just on autopilot, and I couldn't care less. I'm so like disconnected from my own reality. Like, it's a big fat joke to me.
I'm trying so hard to enter my NPC era where I just like exist and I'm just a background character in everybody else's life. It's just like so hard for me to do that. So hard for me not to be the main character.
Everyone thinking they're the fucking main character.
That's a fucking disease.
Girl, I didn't see you at the grocery store. I don't care what you were wearing. I didn't fucking
But
look.
you saw me.
I saw you because you won't shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I will say, I don't think I'm the main character, but I do like when people look at me in public. Like, I love screaming in public and being annoying in public. Like, I'm not kidding. Nothing beats that feeling. I don't even, like, if someone told me, okay, you could either never have sex again in your life, or you could never scream and shout and be obnoxious in public, I'd be like, all right, I'm entering my celibacy era. Wingbot can take it from here. I'll be okay. Because I love screaming in public.
Josh's sex robot theory. If everybody had a sex robot, life would be so much better.
Oh my god, I won't go into it. I'm like, let me stop talking about sex so that like our podcast doesn't get fully demonetized.
This shit is demonetized.
But yeah, I say the S word so much that like the podcast at this point thinks we're like having like an S positive like debate every time we get on here.
It is interesting how the iPhone 13 is released, and they got a little slick with it. Apple got a little slick with it. But it's interesting how 6 months after the iPhone 13 was released, my phone is now buggy as shit.
You and every other dumb fuck on the internet says that shit.
But it's true. It's
like,
true.
no,
all of my
it's
apps
not,
are crashing.
It's not. That
all
doesn't
of my
happen.
apps fucking crash now. I never once has TikTok or Instagram or anything fucking crashed on my phone, and now they're all crashing.
When's the last time you updated your phone?
Like, no, I want to say like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Like, that's your own fault. That's not a thing. I hate that theory. I'm like, y'all are fucking dumb.
I think that actually was proven true. I think.
How about this? Get off your fucking phone.
Kai, it was proven true, right? That they literally throttle your phone on purpose.
Yeah, it was proven, but I think there's like a weird nuance to it where when your battery gets older, the iPhone will throttle the CPU so that it doesn't die faster or something. Like, that was the excuse that Apple said.
Oh, so it's true.
No, I still believe that it's like when someone shows you like a car, or like someone you know gets a certain model of a car, and now all of a sudden when you're driving you notice that car a lot more and you feel like you're seeing it a lot more, but it's because it was pointed out to you that you
Me
see
and
it
my
a lot
schizophrenic era. I was literally in my schizophrenic era.
Drew thought he was being gang stalked for so long.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Every time I saw a car with a headlight out on the right side.
Okay, yeah, I love you with all my heart, but sometimes you do shit like that, and I'm like, if you were my kid, I would smack you so hard in the back of the head. Because
I
like,
genuinely thought I was being followed.
Like, you want a problem so bad, bitch, I'm gonna give you a fucking problem. Like, Drew is so annoying, and he'll be in the car with me.
It's not.
I'm driving,
I can't even control
and talk about
it.
I see this light all the time, so I'm gonna fucking like we're gonna crash. I'm driving, bitch. Keep that shit to yourself. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Also, of course you see it. You're doing nothing. You're like sitting in my passenger seat, bored as shit, and like you use your phone for like 30 minutes of the time we're in the car.
But we're not talking about those rainbow lights right outside our house on the fucking.
I will say I don't know what that is, and I don't know that I care.
It's eerie though.
Oh, I remember one time I got into a really, really big like debate with someone I knew, like a few years ago about privacy, and like I don't give a fuck about my privacy.
I don't care.
I'm sorry.
Don't care.
Like, I'm literally a public figure.
Y'all
like,
sell my data. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, sell my data. Look at my tits. Look at my coochie. Like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. Like,
I'm doing nothing wrong. Why should I care?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not laundering money. I'm not like looking at shit I shouldn't be looking at. If you want to like stalk me, like the FBI agent behind my camera, wherever the fuck the dumb joke y'all make is like, go ahead. You're going to see me taking a fat shit. You're going to see me, like, watching TikToks. You're going to see me, like, using my phone in the shower sometimes because I'm a fucking lunatic.
Wait, the Kodak video of him live in the shower and it falls into the bottom of the shower and you see his fucking gooch and wiener. That shit is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And then it just, like, lagging out, kind of.
But, yeah, I remember that. And then, like, the person I was arguing with got really mad, and they were like, I want my privacy. And I was like, you're fucking boring. Like, no one cares to look at what you're looking at. Like, dude, and we were in the middle of like a nice restaurant, like,
I do need to educate myself on that more, because like when people are like, you need, like, they're taking away your privacy, like, what are they taking away? That like is not like, I don't get the conversation.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm uneducated, but again, I like that. I like the simplicity that my little like fucking 8
You're just another cog in the machine,
and I don't give a fuck.
You're a pawn in their game.
If I can buy my cute little clothes and go on Depop and like distract myself and like do my little tasks, like I don't
You're
care.
a pawn
like,
in their capitalistic game.
Oh, and then they were like, it's not okay that like, oh, they were taking the take, which like. For them, they like. I think the reason this argument pissed me off is because they didn't care about it for like any other reason that they were just like being annoying, and they were like, "But I want my privacy." I'm like, "Girl, you're like white. What the fuck are you scared of? Like, you don't need your privacy." Oh, because they were like, "Oh, there's like surveillance cameras on every corner now, and like cameras when you walk into restaurants." And I was like, literally. That's not affecting me. Like, I don't care. Like, I would post a TikTok in here anyway, so why the fuck do I care? Like, why are we having this conversation?
Like, they want their privacy in the off chance that they do commit a crime. Like, I'm confused. Like, why do you care if there's cameras filming you all the time?
Like, I'm like, it's not like you're saying, like, oh, like, I'm worried because there are some people who, like, have to steal to live, and, like, now with the technology, it's, like, not even that argument. It's just, like, I don't want to be seen. I'm like, girl, no one's looking anyway. Like, congrats. Like, no one cares. But, yeah, that's my take. I'm sure there's one of you big brain bitches out there who can like explain to me why it's bad.
But how about you do that, but in a nice, non-condescending way? How about we try that for once? How about we try educating each other in a non-condescending asshole fucking bitch way? I'm tired of like literally like saying one thing wrong and then everyone being fucking assholes about it. I'm like, okay, how about you just say it like, oh, actually this was like kind of like wrong. Like, don't say that. Say this.
Well,
instead.
no, because the internet
it's a moral game.
It's a moral game, and it's black and white, and there is no middle context.
Exactly.
It's like you're either this or you're that, and no one fucking cares. And you know what? Y'all can play that game, but once my iPhone screen locks,
it's all gone, babe. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I'm not on Twitter anymore. It's gone.
I'm like, you know what? I don't have to look at what you're saying. I'm locking my iPhone right now.
Locked.
Dude, that's the funniest thing about arguing on the internet is literally like It's like hanging up on a bitch.
It's not
like,
real.
Yeah, I'm like...
It's not real.
Who was saying, that girl, Cola Monkey, like, always says that, and I think it's so funny and such a, like, blissful take as, like, a young person, because I feel like now... I feel bad for young people because, of course, there are the pros to being educated, like highly educated at that age, so you don't make mistakes a lot of us made as younger people, and you're like well educated. But to a certain extent, a lot of it is like this like deep rage for like moral hierarchy that young people shouldn't have, because especially as a young person, like you have not experienced nearly enough to have played the game in real life of like learning rights and wrongs and learning what makes you feel good, what makes other people feel good or bad or blah 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 blah. And Cola Monkey is always like jokingly but like obviously seriously being like, y'all are so fucking annoying and angry on my phone, like you're literally on my iPhone, like I can just lock it and then you are silent, like you like this isn't
Get
real
muted,
like
bitch.
Y'all have to like just like stop. And I'm like, that is literally it. Like I can delete this app and you're fully destroyed.
Literally.
Like you're like, you don't exist anymore.
My life has gotten so much fucking better, like ever since I realized that like the internet does not matter. It doesn't matter. It's not real.
No, it's not even like, I'm like, this is like for fun, and it's fun, and of course I learn things here and I further educate myself here, but the last thing I'm going to do is have a stranger yell at me.
You know what's terrifying is I thought the internet was tiny, but then I did some research, and over, I think it's like 60% of humans on Earth have accessed the internet in the last year.
But really, it's like also the argument of like a lot of the energy that you can carry out online, like it just doesn't translate to real life because humans don't talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
You will find that people in real life are a lot more careful with the way they talk to other people, because it's a lot different when you're like trying to verbalize a lot of this stuff to the face of someone else. Like, unless you're a fucking psychopath, most people, if they're saying something to someone and it's obviously building physical fucking discomfort, you stop and you like reevaluate how you're carrying yourself with other people. But other than that, the internet is fun. It can be fun.
Is a great place.
It's like the saying, everything is good in moderation, and that's how I feel about the internet. And I love when people are like,
I just so badly want to be put into the metaverse already. Like, I don't give a shit. Like,
God.
Everybody's so anti-metaverse. I'm like, fucking beam me up, please. Like, I'm done in this physical body that's failing
The thing is, you're gonna be in a physical body. Like they're gonna put big heavy goggles on you that are gonna hurt your head, and you're gonna be like, ow, like I need to take this off for a second.
We'll be uploaded into the cloud.
Not in your lifetime, babe.
In our lifetime,
sorry.
yeah, we will. It's growing so quickly.
It's like I just feel really
the
bad. The
Neuralink is already happening. It's like
it's gonna be you and like every other white dude who's like way too invested in VR, and like actually, you know what? Never mind.
Good.
If that's I'm like, that is good. If we could like just elevate all like the white dudes who are like really into finance and like crypto and shit into a different world where I never have to like see them again, that actually might be one of the best things to happen.
That's actually hell. That's purgatory.
I know. I'm like, y'all are like, I want to go there. Ain't no bitches there. Go have fun. Like,
how about you fucking
y'all need to worry about uploading some bitches into
your
fucking
consciousness.
But yeah, maybe that'll be good, because I would love to stay here in real life and do my shopping in real life. I just don't. Girl, shut the fuck up. I just no one. You couldn't pay me money to like convince me about virtual reality. I just like. Again, maybe it's because I'm just not educated, but like I've tried to be educated about it. I literally like I don't want to go anywhere that Mark Zuckerberg is telling me I should go. That is the last place I'm going. Like, and
I just think it's an inevitable future, and I
not
want to be
in my
the
time,
first.
babes. Like I'm also sorry. I just don't believe that that's gonna like be a thing in our time.
Actually,
and
it is a capitalistic hellscape, and I just want to make it clear that I don't actually want to be uploaded into the fucking metaverse. I'm just joking, but I do want the Neuralink installed.
I was gonna say, you kind of do want that, though.
I want the Neuralink,
but like, isn't that just gonna lead to the like being in a virtual reality?
maybe. We'll see.
I also just don't believe that that's the future, because I'm like, it's just not accessible to like most people. So I'm like, how is that the future?
We'll figure it out a way. Capitalism always wins.
Not in my books. Not in my books, babes. I'm actually, did y'all know that I'm gonna destroy capitalism soon.
Actually?
Yeah.
How?
A part of my lobotomy plan, there is a capitalism plan like tied into that.
Oh.
The lobotomies do have to come first, which is like pretty obnoxious, especially because like to ensue on the lobotomy, I do have to engage in capitalism because obviously I don't have the equipment
You could
commit.
crowdfund it with every other.
Yeah, but I
person
still
on
need to.
Earth.
I would like the lobotomies to be done by a professional. Like,
No, I'm saying you could
little old me
crowdfund
shouldn't
it.
be committing the lobotomies. A crowdfund. Oh, we could do a crowd.
A GoFundMe.
Not a GoFundMe. A Kickstarter for. I'll have someone create like a lobotomy machine, and then we could do a Kickstarter for that, and then like have it ready, and we'll go from there. I'll figure it out. But the next step
Just
is
know
Enya destroying capitalism.
utopia coming soon.
Yeah.
There's
destroy
no
capitalism.
utopia under capitalism. We'll end it on that. Let's do some questions from the Patreon.
Okay.
Mama.
Kalani asks, favorite Erewhon product?
Oh, hey.
Wow.
That's such a mean question to like answer because like Erewhons are only in LA, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they're adding one to
New York soon.
Oh, I'm moving.
Ah.
The way that was literally a concern of ours. We were like, wait, if we moved here, we wouldn't have Erewhon anymore, though. Like, that was a genuine concern.
I like the buffalo cauliflower and the macaroni and cheese from the hot case, and then also all the little mini shots.
Yeah, all their
Fresh juice
juices
shots.
are really good. But one thing I really liked that I never see anymore, and I don't know if I always go there where it's sold out because I'll see that the sign is still out for it. But they had the kelp pesto pasta that was
that's
so
so good.
fucking good, and I haven't seen it for a long time, and that's really upsetting. And the Asian chicken salad they do, I want to go buy another one today.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my macrobiotic salad today for lunch, and it's gonna change everything for me. It's gonna flip my day upside down.
Oh, also,
right side up.
if you have like an issue with, wait, I'm gonna grab it out of the fridge actually. This one's so old, and I don't even think I could like take it. But I'm sure they sell this other places. But I'm sure I've talked about it on the podcast before. Is how I have like a big issue with my stomach hurting really fucking bad after I eat certain things and bloating up like really poorly. This thing, aloe herbal stomach formula. I think it has like marshmallow root. Yeah, so it's like specifically marshmallow root, peppermint leaf, chamomile leaf, borage leaf, ginger root. It's like a bunch of shit, but it's the marshmallow root that stops the bloating and stops your stomach from hurting. And this shit fucking works. Like there was a guy, and then I have marshmallow root vitamins that I got from Erewhon too, or like little capsules that are like, they're supposed to be Tums but natural, and they work just like Tums. And then you don't have to take Tums and like ruin your like liver lining and like kidneys with Tums.
ODing on Tums.
And that's it. That's
Did you know that's a thing? You can take too many Tums and like you become too basic, like your acidity levels. It's like there's a word for it.
I will say when I take Tums instead of these natural ones, my acid reflux is really bad after taking a Tums. Like I'll take it to like subdue the acid reflux, but then the next 2 days my acid reflux is like even worse. Oh yeah, but that's my answer.
Cell asks, what made y'all move to Los Angeles?
Mistakes.
Work.
Yeah, literally work. Work, and I used to love it here.
Yeah, we just had that conversation.
Yeah.
But
Did we? Oh, we had it in real life.
Yeah,
I was like, we have it
IRL.
here?
Yeah, just work, and all my friends were moving, like all my internet friends were moving, and I was like, I am probably going to only have this opportunity once in my fucking lifetime. I can always go back to college if I really need to. I'm just going to take this opportunity and see where it takes me. And so far, so good.
Yeah, literally that was it for me too. And then I did love it because I was like, oh, it's like the humid version of Miami in terms of weather, and I was like, that's like amazing. But now the weather scares the fuck out of me because every day feels the same, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I also want to clarify, when we say we don't like LA, it's not on like the usual influencer shit where it's like I'm some privileged white person who moved into like a very like abundantly cultural city and I'm like, everyone here is fake, I fucking hate it, when I'm actually just talking about like the other white people in entertainment. I'm very cognizant of the fact that LA rocks, but I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah. I need seasons. I need isolation. I need grass.
Yeah, I literally just need seasons. I'm like, I can't. Like, every day feels the same, and I'm losing my fucking mind. But yeah, that's our LA vibe.
Megan asks, advice for being in a creative rut.
Girl, if you find out, let me know.
I think just don't put pressure on it. It'll pass. That's like kind of it for me.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, it's just like the more pressure you put on it, almost the deeper you'll dig yourself into the rut, because then you'll start to feel really like upset with yourself and resentful towards yourself because you're not creating anything, and that'll only keep you down longer. And if you just kind of like let go out, go experience things, you'll find inspiration outside of your room, where I'm sure you're like trying to rack your brain for some inspiration.
Yeah, that's actually a good, like, go experience fucking life. I think we were just talking about that with Josh. Like, literally, I think most of my inspiration for anything I've ever done is just like literally going and fucking living, instead of just being locked inside all day.
Yep.
And working. So go experience some life.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Surf.
Media of the week. What is the Lo Anthony thing? New videos every week.
Lo Anthony? I didn't actually ever watch Lo Anthony videos.
I was a stan of Lo Anthony.
Me and him got into beef once, and I made fun of his crooked teeth, and I felt really bad about it, because then we squashed the beef after.
Squashed the beef. Okay.
I'm gonna go first. Death Metal by Panchico. Where Did He Come From by Sunday. And You Can Fly on My Aeroplane by We. And also Mary Jane, All Night Long, Mary J. Blige. Because what a just classic. What a hit.
What a certified emergency intercom classic.
You know what's such a serve? When you just like a bunch of songs and you don't make a playlist, but then you like listen to all your recently liked songs and they sound really good together, and you're like, wow, I'm a genius, and I
don't
need
even
to
have
take
to
this
think
somewhere.
about it. Okay, Moon Age Duster.
We filmed
Circles
yesterday,
Taurus, and Summer Rain by Wosum and Youngling.
Serve. And then, actually, yesterday I binged the whole second part of season 2, Pen 15. One of the funniest shows ever.
Yeah, literally.
Such good fucking writing. Like, all three of us were sitting there cracking the fuck up. Like,
yeah, it's just like, I just know it was so fucking fun to write.
And that's inspiring. And that's it for Media of the Week. I slay, you slay, we all slay.
Oh, my media of the week is the new Call of Duty Warzone map called Dara. Come on, people.
If y'all knew how much Drew like sits in his room and plays Call of Duty, you would be.
It's not that much. It's like max 2 hours a day.
No,
the last 2 days have been a lot because the map that originally started Warzone was going away, and I was like getting kind of sentimental and emotional. So I was like, I'm just gonna let myself be and play. But not every time I'm in my room am I playing Call of Duty.
You tap in for like 4 hours.
Absolutely not. Not every fucking time.
There are times.
Yeah, but that's not every time.
There are times when you're at war in your room for hours and I don't see you for the rest of the day.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much for tapping into this episode. Tap that subscribe button.
Yes, tap that all on the floor.
All right. Bye.
Bye, party people.